All right, everybody, we are going to be jumping into some more Ren today. I am going through Ren Money Game 1, 2, and 3 to see what that's going to be like. So I'm pretty stoked for it. Please let me know in the comments. Something I've really enjoyed doing lately is asking people what these songs mean to them. So please let me know kind of what the song means to you, how it affects you, how it impacts you. Those are just things that I really love to hear. Because I'm sitting here talking about my perspective on it, and I'd love to hear your all's perspective because you're the ones who've sat with it longer. Maybe in the future I'll do like a recap of some of these videos that I've done and talk about how they've impacted me after getting to listen to them for a while. But I would of course love to hear from you first in the comments below. So thank you all just for showing up, for supporting this channel. The Ren fans have been hugely helpful to me. Thank you so much. If you would love to, I'd love for you to consider becoming a member. I've got 3 tiers that you can join to be a part of. I've got someone at the highest right now at the Elect Arcanum, which is helping me kind of really lead this channel in a forward direction. And then, the other tiers, you get a lot of perks and you get to do a lot of cool stuff too in there as well. So thank you all just once again for joining. Let's jump into this. Just at least consider subscribing and leaving comments below. That's the least I ask because that is just really supportive. So thank you very much. Let's jump into this and see what we get. Okay, it's got that nice acoustic vibe. I guess we're getting another little live show like we've gotten in the past.
Strange time we're living in, bull can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chain to your shoes, I'm pained. It's a crying shame.
Oh my gosh, okay, let's dissect that because that's a lot of information and stuff to say in one short amount. Strange times we're living in. World can put fear in you. Hierarchy parties, they make you feel inferior. Greed runs through the parliament interior. Yeah, okay. And this stuff is, what's great about talking about government stuff is that it really applies to all countries. It applies to all nations. Even I think the smallest ones are going to have people who are greedy, who are kind of like this, who have these hierarchies and everything else, because you can't get away from it. We're humans. Even in tribal times, whenever you might have like 150 or 300 people in a village, you're still going to get this stuff. No matter what you do, you're going to walk into this stuff because greed and envy or hierarchy is just a thing that we have to have. It's almost like it's built inside of us. And of course, we want to strive and get away from that. We want to run away from it for sure, and we want to be better, people like Ren. But there are some people who don't. There are some people who want to just indulge in the greed and everything else. And he's, of course, going to put these people on blast. So let's keep going. Let's see. It's a crying shame.
I'm pained. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole world burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game.
Ooh, that was such a good melody. For a money game. That was so good. I can't wait to hear how he ties that in the future again. But once again, it's a crying shame. There's a song that I'm thinking of. I don't know who song it is, but I hear it sung by Jack Johnson and some others where it goes, it's such a crying shame. And it's just all about this. I think it's just Jack Johnson, actually. It's just his song. And he's just talking about the world and how bad and corrupt so many things are. And anyways, that's just what it makes me think of. I'm a huge Jack Johnson fan. And so, but yeah, just once again, he's just talking about how money specifically, will change you. And, I feel that for sure. There are times where I feel like I do things very sincerely and I do things for the love of what I'm doing. But the moment I realize I could monetize something or do something with money and I could get some money from it, all of a sudden I start, just like anyone for the most part, you start to wonder, like, should I lean into the money? Should I lean into this? Should I lean into that? Should I just do what I want to do? It really starts to twist your mind and mess with you. So 100%, even the most noble of people, I just got done watching the 3 Lord of the Rings extended cut, of course. And, it's so funny how every single person who touches that ring, for the most part, has some sense of like, do I want this? Do I want to give it back? What do I do? How do I deal with it? Even like Sam at the end, and maybe it wasn't like this in the book, but right at the end when he's going to give the ring back to Frodo and everything, he starts to kind of wonder, and maybe it's for mostly the intention of like, do I give it back to him or do I hold on to it, for safekeeping? So anyways, the whole point is that money will definitely do this to you. So let's keep going and hear what he has to say and focus on Ren instead of Lord of the Rings. Let's go.
Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And those who rise to distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. Stop.
Wonder who's on the guitar. Is it gonna be him eventually? Oh. I wonder what character is he playing. Like, there are 2 characters, they're white and black. I wonder what character he is. Ooh. Uh-oh. Ah, yikes.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech.
Oh! Alexander Hamilton. Sorry, I shouldn't do that with everyone who raps really well like that. But that sounded so good. He's getting into the whole president thing, the politics, rapping, makes me think of that, of course. Wow, that sounded really good. I want to back that up and hear it again. That was super, super good.
He's coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth. That's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech.
Ooh, I wonder how long that took for him to really nail that and get it down really well. Not just in this take, but just when practicing it, figuring out how to say it all. I wonder how long that took him. But yeah, say, Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear, which, they'll definitely take, what's the word? They'll definitely take advantage of. When they support these ideas that keep us separate, when they make us believe that everyone is coming to terrorize you in the streets, which of course we've looked back to 9/11 and, that rhetoric definitely went around for sure, and still does today, at least in America with like Mexico and things like that, and in other countries, with other minorities coming into different areas. That's still a big thing today. It'll always be a thing. And they say proudly through gritted teeth, it's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech. Whew! Man, that's intense. It's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech. And sadly, it's kind of true. Like, they have the right, to be hateful and to be like that. And I know in America, we say that we're the only ones with like true freedom of speech a lot of times. But of course, everyone has freedom of speech in some countries. Like, obviously, Ren has freedom of speech. Whereas in America, we're just like so loose with it, I feel like sometimes. But yeah, so this is just really intense. This is a lot of really good stuff that he's saying. So I'm excited to keep hearing it.
But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murdered like savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant. Cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome. And also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same.
Okay, I gotta just pause it. I gotta pause it. At some point, and maybe he doesn't like Hamilton, at some point, he's gotta have Lin-Manuel Miranda do a song with him. Because these guys could destroy it. I mean, this is the pocket that someone like Lin-Manuel Miranda rides in, and he is just killing it. Like, if I didn't know any better, I'd be wondering to myself, did Rin write Hamilton? Rin could write Hamilton. He could write another one, you know, for the UK or wherever, like anywhere he wanted to. Like, he could totally write one. Nowadays, he's talking about, you know, Great Britain as a whole. But yeah, like he could totally do that because he is given such a good lecture right here. It also reminds me of Kendrick Lamar in the Not Like Us song, where he's kind of talking about like once upon a time all of us were in chains, and he's just given this, you know, history lesson to you, and in the whole time you're just kind of vibing to it, you're going along with it, and that's what he's doing here. It's so good. He's doing such a good job at it. Let's keep going. I'm pumped.
Play on repeat, the same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions aren't our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right, in the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 a storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Oh, taking it away? Okay. What's about to happen? Huh. Uh-oh.
This old money game.
Interesting. Ooh, yikes. Oh, he gets something in his eyes, telling him not to do it. He drew some eyes on the person. Does that make him feel a little empathy for him? What are you doing, bud? Yeah, we know your arms are jacked. We know it. Oh. Oh, he's gonna do it to himself! Oh! Oh, that was good. So yeah, that kind of like shows, I'm assuming, you know, the whole time he's kind of talking to this other figure as if, you know, they're the problem, you know, everything else. That's just my interpretation of it. And then, but he's saying that we're all a part of the money game. And so maybe he's also putting it back on himself a little bit too. And saying, you know, I'm also part of the problem. So that's intense, man. That was really, really good. That was exciting to see. Once again, just seeing his level of, you know, ability to write a song that's so catchy that, you know, you are just able to kind of vibe to it at the same time. You know, like Bob Dylan, for instance, was able to write music back then that people really could vibe to. And, you know, it was very political and everything else, had a lot of information packed into it. And at that time, you know, people really vibe to that type of thing. And he's doing the same thing. I would say in even more of a flow. You know, there's even more of a catchiness and everything else to it as well. But he's like penetrating the style and genre and everything that we would go along with in our day now, and he's just really tapping into it so well. And I think that he's doing such a good job of being able to just get that earworm into your head and just rock to it and everything. So, and that was just the first Money Game. I'm really excited because I think all the other ones just are more and more popular too. So I'm really excited to see what these other ones are like. So we're going to jump into Money Game Part 2 next, and then we're going to go into Part 3 after that as well. One thing I do want to say, I am a therapist. This is a more therapy-related channel where I like to look at what people have done and their music and put a therapist, you know, twist onto it, everything. With this one, of course, I think I could dive deep and do it and talk about, you know, just economic frustrations with people and how that can really frustrate us and send us into a downward spiral mentally and everything else. And, you know, I grew up in a situation kind of like that where, you know, times were tough and everything else, but, you know, my parents, you know, really tried hard, even though they were divorced and everything else. Like, they just really tried in a lot of different ways and made me and my brothers feel like we were good and whatnot. And there's a lot of people who have that story, and then there's a lot of people who, no matter how hard their parents tried, it was hard to not witness what you were struggling with and going through as well. And politicians and everything else try to make us feel like they're on our side and everything else, but so many times we get burnt by them and whatnot, and that's a really big frustration. One thing that we're obviously able to do, and I'm going to tie this into this channel and this community, is we're able to express ourselves. We're able to use our voices. We're able to make ourselves heard and be known by others, and to lift up our voices, whether it's about our frustrations and anger with, like, you know, government or politics or whatever else, and just societal issues, or whether it's just about our own internal struggles with, like, mental health and depression and anxiety or PTSD or whatever it could be. And if you're one of those people who want to express yourselves more, that's really what I'm trying to grow this channel into, is a community and a place where not only am I looking at people like Ren or Ghost or, you know, 21 Pilots or anyone else, but I can also look at you, and I can look at you and I can see your expressions and what you're doing. And the best way that I'm able to do that is through the membership platform that I've discovered, is to kind of utilize that space as a place where we can all come together, support each other, support the community in a whole, and, you know, through that express ourselves. And then I can showcase that on here, and I can showcase it in the Blue Hour Sanctum notes as well that I release every month. And I've already got one person at the highest tier that I said at the beginning who's able to do some of that stuff right now too. But I just want to encourage you all to keep just commenting below, subscribing, because if you're not able to spend, you know, the $2 or $5 or $7 on one of the tiers once a month, which would be, you know, kind of like getting a soda or coffee or a meal or something just once a month, instead of doing that, you give it to me. Of course, eat your meal, eat a meal, but you kind of get my point. And so if you want to help out and join this community, I would love to have you here. You get cool perks and everything like that as well. But my biggest thing is going to be doing fun live streams and things like that with stuff like Ren and whatnot. You guys commented below, or you guys commented in a post that you wanted to see a Ren live stream. And so I really want to do that for you all. I'm trying to work out the practicalities of how I'm going to do a live stream, because some of my equipment isn't really up to par, to be honest. So I'm trying to save up some money and everything to maybe get into a space like that, or just at least learn how to better do it for you all, so that way I don't do a live stream and it's awful. So we're gonna get there, and just be sending comments below of what you would want to see with a Ren live stream, where we could all come together. So thank you all very much. Just finally, I can't wait to jump into part 2 and part 3, and I will see you all in the comments below. Thank you.